Hey, what is up, everybody? This is our very first podcast. We're going to be talking about the NHL, and we'll be branching off to the NBA and maybe some other stuff. But for now, we're going to be focusing on the NHL and the NBA. Now, we're going to start off with one of the best series that we have ever seen, and that was Winnipeg and the Nashville Predators in round two. Domi, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, for starters, with the Jets picking up Stastny about halfway through the season, he really, he was desperate in there, right? He was on the puck all the time. His goal in the last game there, he was on the puck. Eventually, batted it in. He was a big part of their win.
Definitely contributed for sure.
Yeah, so before we continue here, this podcast is made up of three people: me, Mason, Domi, and Seb. It'll sometimes be, I'm probably going to be in all of them, but it'll be me and Seb or me and Domi or all three of us. We're going to try to have it all three of us every time. But, yeah. Anyway, back to this series. I have to agree with Domi that Stassi's pickup at the deadline was huge for the Jets. But what I really think killed the Predators in that series was goaltending.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. He was solid. He was on the puck. He always knew where it was. There was a couple goals there that were unfortunate. There was the Forsberg's goal where he fell and tipped it with his stick into the air there, and
guys, how do you guys feel about the game 7 about Pecorino getting pulled already in the first period?
I think that was a little early. It's definitely
because I don't know if Saros lived up to the hype in Game 7. I think he crumbled under the pressure.
Well, I think he let in. The third goal was pretty weak.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and they were outshot the.
When he first
he was outshot the entire game.
Yeah. So yeah, the Jets were outshot. What was it, 34-21 or something like that?
Something like that,
31-24. I don't have the stats here with me, but the Jets did get outshot. But Hellebuck is definitely a Vezina candidate, if not the winner. I don't think it'll be Rene. A bunch of people are saying it's going to be Rene, but because he had a really good regular season.
He didn't show up in the playoffs at all.
He did not show up. Well,
Hellebuck showed up the entire season in playoffs.
The Preds only won when Hellebuck had a good game, but when Rene had a good game, but when Rene had a bad game, Nashville did not win a game.
That's true.
And also, Nashville sucked at home. They lost 3 out of 4 games at home.
Yeah.
Which is so... the Jets sucked at home too.
The Jets lost 2 or 3, so...
But in this Vegas series against Winnipeg and Vegas, which we'll get into shortly, I feel like the Jets need to have a much better home record to win in Vegas. Domi, what are your thoughts on the Vegas and Jets series? So, thoughts on the Jets Golden Knights series, Domi?
Well, like you said, the Jets didn't have the greatest home record, but neither did Nashville. The Jets here, at home, they have the fans. They have the energy in the building to bring them to that win. They just need to they play a lot better than they did with Nashville at home. Then forget about that series there and just focus what's coming.
Well, all right. So my predictions on the Jets Golden Knights series, I feel like as long as the Jets can win both at home, get a split in Vegas, they'll be fine. Or even if they split at home and split in Vegas, because that's what they did against the Preds. So
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it early. This series going to Game 7. This is going to 7 games. They're both very strong competitors. You could tell that the NHL commissioners all for the Vegas Golden Knights because it's their inaugural season. They're going to be behind Vegas right now in the playoffs. They've already gone extremely far for an inaugural team. So, I feel like the Jets have what it takes to beat them. But as we saw in regular season, it was a pretty even matchup.
So, Seb, like you said, you feel like the Jets can beat them. So, is that your prediction? The Jets winning in 7?
That's tough. When I think of Vegas, I think that a strong comparison to Vegas in strength is the Jets. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say Winnipeg, just because if I was to pick somebody, it would be Winnipeg. But other than that, I feel like this is gonna be a great series, definitely.
Okay. Comparing the two teams so far in these playoffs, the Jets are 8-4, the Golden Knights are 8-2. The Jets defeated Minnesota 4-1 in the first round. The Knights defeated the Kings 4-0 in the first round. And then the Jets beat the Predators 4-3.
Can we just take a look about how Vegas destroyed the Penguins in that one game, 7-0? That was insane. Like,
Can we take a look how the Jets destroyed the Penguins 7-1 earlier in the season?
they've had the Penguins number the entire season playoffs.
Who, the Jets or the Vegas? Yep.
Vegas had the Penguins definitely.
Okay, well, and then Vegas defeated San Jose, which brought them here, and then they've been waiting. This is another thing. I don't know if this is good or bad, but the Vegas Golden Knights have been waiting almost 2 weeks to play us, and we have 1 day.
They're gonna be rusty. They're not gonna be on their game, definitely.
And one thing is the Jets and Pred series. You got to think the Jets are pretty tired after that series.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think a rest is good, but I think waiting 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, is too much.
One more thing before we go to the next series. When do you think this Cinderella story, whatever you want to call it, of the Golden Knights ends? I mean, the Jets, you can say that's a Cinderella story. Every team that's left in the playoffs, you can make a movie about. The Jets had a horrible season last year. Now they're the second best team in the league. They just beat the best team in the league, the Golden Knights, first season in the NHL. They don't, on paper, they look horrible. The Capitals, first time Ovi made it past the second round. And Tampa Bay, they just are a powerhouse of a team.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Tampa Bay's looking good.
Yeah,
I also predicted that's going to be a great series.
Right now to the Capitals in game one.
That, talking about Ovi.
Oh,
so
he
without and Caps don't even have Nicholas Backstrom, which is their number one center. So
okay, so saying
yeah.
that,
I picked what?
Saying that about Ovechkin making it past the first round first time, he's still without a cup. So what are your thoughts of Washington going against Tampa right now? Speaking of Ovechkin making past the first round with Washington, what are your thoughts about the Tampa-Washington series?
Thoughts on the Tampa-Washington series. I think Tampa's going to win the series because I think they have more depth. They're more experienced. They've gone to the Stanley Cup in 2015 where they lost, but they did make it to the Stanley Cup.
They made an appearance.
Yeah, which Capitals have never done. Like I said, they've never made it past the second round. It's the Ovi curse. But I feel like this is the year that Ovi has to win a cup.
Agreed. I feel like this is year.
I feel like this is his chance, and he's gonna realize that he has to. It's all or nothing right now, with the Capitals going up against beating Columbus 4-2 in the series, then going again beating Pittsburgh 4-2 in the series, and then what do you think? How many games do you think it's gonna take?
4 who?
4-2. I'm thinking the same, just because the trend that Washington's having here, so I'm gonna go with that too.
So, it seems like we're predicting the Winnipeg Jets and the Washington Capitals in the Stanley Cup.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So, thoughts on that? If it happens, which is actually a pretty high chance.
It is. Well, I feel like whoever has the home advantage is going to definitely have.
It'll be Winnipeg. Winnipeg has the home advantage for the rest of the playoffs because they finished second in the league and they knocked out number one.
Exactly. So with Winnipeg having that home advantage, I really feel like they're really seeing these fans in Winnipeg just go crazy over first appearance in the finals if it happens, which is, like you said, a pretty high chance. I feel like the Jets will be able to come through and really compete.
So comparing the Lightning and Capitals one more time. There's actually some pretty lopsided stats from the regular season. The goals per game, the Lightning had 3.5, which is first in the league, and the Capitals only had 3.1, which was ninth. Goals against per game was 2.8 for the Lightning, which is 13th in the league. Capitals had 2.9, which is 16th in the league. And then power play percentage, the Lightning had 23%, just about 24, which is third in the league, which is really good. So Capitals do not want to take penalties. And the Capitals' power play percentage was 22.5, which is 7th in the league. And both teams don't have a very good penalty kill, and same with the face-offs. So,
yeah,
it's going to be an even series.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to do it for our very first podcast, unless you guys have anything else to say.
Well, one last thing I wanted to talk about was in the Winnipeg Vegas series, goaltending. It's going to be a huge part of the game. It's going to be the deciding factor, other than their offense, right? Obviously, it's their last resource for hoping they're keeping them into their game, right? So, what do you think? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
you look at Hellebuck. He's in the playoffs. He's got his save percentage is 9.927. He's got 2 shutouts in the playoffs already. What are you thinking?
well, going into the series, Fleury has the better numbers. He's the best goalie in the playoffs so far
Agreed,
with
yeah.
a .951 save percentage, which is crazy. And, I mean, but he has been tested by the Jets. And the Jets just beat the Preds, and Laine
Yeah, the Jets definitely.
basically wasn't even there.
The
I
Jets
couldn't even
definitely
tell
ripped
you.
apart Arena. Definitely.
So, then that's without Laine. Well, I mean, he was there, but he didn't contribute at all. So just imagine if Laine can get in there and everybody stays how good they are, they could kill the Golden Knights.
And
Agreed.
looking at the goals against average between Hellebuck and Marc-Andre Fleury, their goals against average is actually huge. It's Marc-Andre Fleury is 1.53 and Hellebuck is 2.24. That is literally could be the game changer there. You know.
And Hellebuck's goals against average against Vegas during the season was 4.40 and a save percentage of .857. 12 goals on 84 shots.
So I'm really curious to see which team is going to come through here with it's honestly who wants it more. Whoever wants it more is going to go out there and take it.
Agreed.
I
Definitely
agree.
agreed.
So
I think that's it.
That's it. So that was pretty good. A little bit short, but we'll get them longer. Sorry if there have been some cuts in there. We've had some technical difficulties, but it is our first one. Bear with us. We will probably be doing these 1 to 2 times a week. And if you guys like it, leave a like. And if you like it, subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next podcast or video, because I just did post a video yesterday. Those will be coming out a lot more often than the podcast. But, like I said, if you guys like it, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next podcast or video.
See you guys.
See ya.